Diligent, the man with the experience, the man with the box, the man with the runes, the man who's been there multiple times, and like he said, wants to get on to the first step to becoming champion. Will he be able to do it? Let's find out. It's time, everyone. The APAC Cup champion. It's Diligent up against MADREAMDY, the second place finisher in the America's Cup. Will he be able to do it? Let's get into it. Today's tournament is brought to you by Google Play. Summoners, level up your monster and take advantage of all the new challenges today on Google Play. Stoic and Once in Love. Let's get into our third quarterfinal match.
That's right. Let's get into it. We've got Diligent. We've got MADREAMDY. Pre-bans are already out, and that is the Ganymede and Ragdoll getting pre-banned. Diligent with the first pick, and he is very quick to be drafting that Moor.
Diligent has one of the best Moors in the world. This thing's on tons of damage, tons of speed, and it seems to hit everything. So not too surprised here with the Diligent first pick. The speed lead is very effective for him, wanting to take the RGB units here, the non-light and dark units early on. MADREAMDY, though, does have the opportunity for the Sierra if he so wishes, but the Okeanos is always a safe pick in tournaments like this.
MADREAMDY definitely taking his time here. We've got the Okeanos and Haygang coming up for MADREAMDY. Diligent with 2 picks here. This could be just so many things for Diligent.
Control is very good for Diligent here. He does have the opportunity to pick the Woundsaw into the Haygang, which does kind of counter that boost that Haygang gets. So MADREAMDY can't be too reliant on that. Does need a speed lead opportunity here against Diligent.
Both players definitely taking a lot of time in this draft, as they should be. And it looks like Nana's going to be coming out for Diligent here.
Oh, the Nana comes out already. First match, and we see it in here. Nana, very, very effective, very strong unit. Something we haven't seen in prior tournaments just because it wasn't available. But now that it is, we're going to see it a lot. This unit is crazy. I think it's definitely a pace setter for this kind of tournaments.
Yep, it really is something you always have to be very, very mindful of. Diligent dropped it here in his second round of drafts. MADREAMDY looking at this Pontos paired up with the Savannah as well, bringing a little bit of damage and protection to his team, also with a speed lead as well.
Woundsaw is looking very scary right now. Woundsaw Charlotte, actually, it's pretty good here into what MADREAMDY has, but will Diligent concede a turn 1, or will he play it up against MADREAMDY? MADREAMDY not as fast as Big V, but definitely a fast player there.
See what this last pick's going to be. I do like that they are taking their time here, but if he goes down to the 0, this might be a panic pick here, and it looks like Tian Lang's coming out for Diligent.
I don't know if I like the Tian Lang here. It's good against the Oki, but it's not that necessary against the Haygang, I think.
And it looks like Woos is going to be wrapping up MADREAMDY's draft. I don't think I'm a fan of the Tian Lang as well either. I do think it might have been a little bit of a panic pick for Diligent, thinking it was just a nice safe pick to lay down, because when is there really a terrible time to draft a Tian Lang?
I think it kind of hinders his own water view a little bit too much for a draft like this, but I think we're going to see a Carnal ban here. I really like the double immunity on MADREAMDY's side. I think it's very effective in a situation like this.
Ooh, Wonsa is going to get the ban here. Pontos is getting the ban on the side of MADREAMDY, looking at a accuracy lead, speed lead for Diligent here.
Yeah, it's not looking... I don't know. This is an interesting match. This could really go either way. There's a lot of 15% potential.
Yep, most definitely. Let's go, guys. Diligent MADREAMDY, round 1. Water Moor looking to get things kicked off with no strips coming out here.
Oh, here it is. Not looking good for Diligent. Oh, and the full pushback defense break on all. Okeanos is going to have a field day here with the damage.
Yep, absolute field day. Rain of Stones coming out with the defense breaks across all of Diligent's units here. Diligent does have that orb up there to keep himself alive, but Okeanos going to be proccing with more damage coming into this Connell. Connell's taking a barrage of damage.
The Despair stun here on the water units, but the glancing debuff is too strong. It denies him any opportunity. Nana's no longer a threat. Used the skill 2 already, so he takes it out. MADREAMDY goes in with that skill 2.
Ooh, choosing to go up with the shield. He could have actually taken a unit out with that second skill, but he's going to be protecting himself here. Morlock with a little bit of poke damage. Kana with a little bit of poke damage. Defense break sitting on top of this Okeanos. If Diligent can get a kill, he can get this orb back on his team here, but he could be possibly losing a unit very soon.
That's for the defense break, and he does get it. There's the defense break transfer. It's not looking good here. It's not going to be enough damage.
Ooh,
oh, maybe I was wrong. That was so close.
drops a unit. Okeanos is looking a little low though, but Diligent definitely on the back foot here.
Well, MADREAMDY knows the cooldown's up here on the water Ryu, so the stack is going to happen unless he gets a big stun here. Big stun opportunity for the Okeanos into the water Ryu.
Yeah, pretty much a full team stun there because Nana can't really do anything here. Looking for a kill, and this Okeanos cannot confirm kill by any means.
With the damage, it's going to be enough. It's going to take it down. MADREAMDY
Yeah,
has the upper hand here. Oh, and a violent proc from the Savannah.
Not gonna matter there, MADREAMDY taking round 1 away from Diligent.
This is what we're talking about here. MADREAMDY does have the opportunity. Diligent does have pretty solid drafts, pretty good consistently, but like we've seen before, relying on that water Ryu sometimes just isn't enough. Even with the second strip there opportunity from the Tianlang, it wasn't enough to control. He didn't boost the rest of his team like the Haegang does.
Yep, that's right. Nano is not able to keep his team alive. Diligent was just looking to get rid of that Okeanos so many times. He could not get the drop on him to get an orb back, but it was too late. Nana could not carry his team for a victory there.
That Savannah skill 3 was so effective, though. We got the full pushback and the 4-man defense break into that Okeanos. Okeanos not missing any stuns, really. Just incredible amount of damage, and everything just went just right.
Yep, it really did, but let's see how things turn out in round 2 here. Pre-bans from last time, Ganymede and Ragdoll are going to be available going into this game 2 between Diligent and MADREAMDY. Pre-bans coming out right now.
Yeah, first pick does go to MADREAMDY here. We need to be careful in this matchup. We don't want to think MADREAMDY has a significant upper hand. He does have 1 win under his belt here. However, I want to say that was a little bit lucky. I mean, you saw the strips in the first turn there from the water Ryu. Didn't land too much. Didn't get too much value out of that Tianlang skill 2 either. But it's gonna be a tough match. It's gonna be a tough match. Diligent is the Iron Fortress. He's the impenetrable wall, as some say.
Yeah, if anybody can come back, it's definitely Diligent. Diligent can definitely come back from a 1 victory loss right now. But we've got first pick coming out of MADREAMDY, looking to take this Connell away here. Diligent looking to respond here. Might be going with that more once again, or he may even change his pace. No, it is going to be the more again.
Ooh, the Ganny, though, here with the strip into reset potential is pretty good.
Yeah, Ganny being the pre-banned unit from last time, chooses to lock that in alongside more, giving himself a speed lead. MADREAMDY possibly looking to lock in his own speed lead as well.
I like how Diligent doesn't throw down certain units early. He likes to pick these units that have a lot of, if I get outsped, I still have an option, right? With the Ganny, it's the Okeanos reset, still gives him the skill 2. With the Water Ryu, he still has the passive, right? There's a lot of different availability here, and he plays it very safe in his draft. I do like MADREAMDY taking the Nana here, but taking the Nana with the Wusa, a little bit interesting. Not quite sure if that's a little bit too defensive, but Wusa skill 2 is pretty scary these days, so could be just enough to turn the tides.
It really is. And MADREAMDY taking the Nana away from Diligent in this round 2. Let's see what Diligent's going to be drafting to handle Nana. Maybe the same way that MADREAMDY handled his Nana in the last match.
Oh, I think you're right. Calling that just as it is. There's the Savannah coming in. Not the Chungpung this time, and we see a Savannah Haegang.
Savannah Haegang for Diligent. MADREAMDY wrapping up his draft here after seeing Savannah Haegang coming out here.
Chloe is a very interesting counter. Very good. Probably the best double Nemesis unit counter right now to that Water Ryu. The speed lead that comes in with her, plus the invincibility alongside everything else is very effective. Chungpung very good here, leaning towards that Haegang ban, actually.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Carnal ban eliminating any form of damage on the side of MADREAMDY. I don't know how he's going to get any orbs back if he doesn't have kill potential.
I think Praha's really effective for Diligent here as a last pick. Oh my goodness, this man is playing aggressive. There it is, the Asima last pick locked in for Diligent. Ban's coming out shortly. What do you so you think it's the Carnal ban? I could agree with that. Carnal is a good ban potential.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the Carnal ban, and I'm not too sure about the Asima. Maybe it's the Asima ban because I wasn't expecting to see an Asima. Maybe MADREAMDY wasn't expecting to see Asima as well.
This is a lot of rock, paper, scissors here, depending on who they ban. Is it the Water Ryu and the Chloe combo? Do we see the Haegang, the Wusa combo? There it is. Rock, paper, scissors.
Couldn't see that coming. Hey gang, and Chloe are going to be the bands here. Leader skills coming out, speed lead for Diligent, most likely speed lead for Diligent. And I would expect to see an HP lead coming out of MADREAMDY, and it is speed lead and HP leads. Here we go, guys. We've got round 2 with Diligent and MADREAMDY. Diligent's going to be kicking it off once again with this Moor. Maybe the Moor's going to have a little bit better luck here with his strips.
Oh, it's over. Double wheel here on the Yasima. We know she has a very effective nature for her skill 3 into the skill 2. It's looking pretty grim right now.
Yeah, most definitely. We're going to see that reset possibly going out onto the Woo, so to stop the third skill. No, I'm sorry, it's a Ventilate, and he gets that third skill anyways with the Violent proc with Ganymede, but he ventilates back onto Savannah, so Savannah just applies more damage here. Chooses to reset Connell, reducing the attack bar, everybody. Asima coming in and just dealing massive amount of damage. We got a big second skill coming in here doing massive amount of damage once again.
Here's the second rotation. The speed buff advantage does give Diligent another turn. MADREAMDY taking his time, trying to figure out what he wants to do next time. Lost the rock, paper, scissors there, but that is kind of favorite kind of draft. Seeing when, I don't know, do I ban the counter to my counter? Do I ban the main pick? Do I ban the counter? Diligent knew exactly what he wanted and figured out his best options into this.
Yeah, this is definitely Diligent's a better pace style match for him, and he's taking that round 2 with a lot of force.
Yeah, this is going to show actually something that was interesting in Diligent's stats. His second pick stats actually were higher than his first pick stats. His second pick stats were 100% win rate, whereas his first picks were the times where he lost a match. Diligent showing, though, he has a very, very capable and strong draft. He's very able to decipher all the little tips and tricks that you have against what he's using.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm so excited to see these two playing. I love seeing the preparation from MADREAMDY here. And then I always like to see what Diligent has in store for all of us.
Diligent showcasing a lot of these very strong regular element units, not quite needing all those LDs, but that LD 5th pick is always going to be really strong in these situations. You know, the pre-ban opportunity as well. It's going to be hard for MADREAMDY to come back from this, but if anyone can do it, he definitely could be the one.
Yep, that's right. It's just a 1-1 right now. We've got the pre-bans from last time. Okeanos Woosa with the pre-bans, and we've got 2 new pre-bans coming out shortly.
Both players taking a good amount of time here. A lot of pre-ban opportunities. MADREAMDY could be taking away the Water Ryu this time, actually, from Diligent.
Yeah, maybe. We might see a pre-ban on top of that Water Ryu and maybe not have that Moor here, but no! It's going to be the Ganymede and Ragdoll once again, just like that first match. Now, Diligent has this first pick. Does he keep sticking with the Moor? Does he change it up and take something away from MADREAMDY now?
I think the Ganny is actually the best pre-ban here for Diligent into MADREAMDY. We know MADREAMDY has a very effective Ganny, or Okeanos comp, sorry, which means that the Ganny is naturally a very, very strong pairing there to go with it. It's just so safe throwing down this Water Ryu this early, or the Moor in this case.
Yeah, it definitely feels safe. I think Diligent, that might be a crutch pick for Diligent, something that he likes to really have his teams based around. But he was definitely thinking about that first match. What went wrong? What does he have to take away from MADREAMDY in that first match? That's why he was taking so much time here. Okeanos Hagen coming up from MADREAMDY. Looks like Diligent's going to be drafting that Connell and one other unit. See, he's taking his time here, and it is going to be Woonsa. Instead of last picking Woonsa like last time, he's going to be putting it into the second draft, it looks like.
Diligent's going for a more aggressive draft this time. He doesn't want to give up the opportunity to miss early on, so he wants to be able to take those last 2 picks and comfortably pick into the last pick that MADREAMDY has.
Yeah, I do like how Diligent is set up already, but let's see what MADREAMDY is going to be doing. It looks like he is going for turn 2. He's busting out the Vertiheel.
Vertiheel's good here. Vertiheel Pontos is strong in this situation. Like you said with Diligence, Water Ryu or more there is a considerable crutch pick. I think normally I would totally agree that that is a crutch pick, but I think in this case with Diligence box and size, I think that just might be the most flexible first pick that he has. It doesn't show too much.
Speed lead, multi-hit strip.
Yeah, speed lead, multi-hit strip. We get an extra turn. If you hit me, I have a little bit of defensive solo potential in nature. Oh my goodness. Diligent with the last 2 picks of Tian Lang and Leona wants to go for the Leona solo potential into MADREAMDY here.
Yep, this is where those LDs really come in handy, where you're able to throw your opponent off by last picking units like that. Tian Lang, Leona coming in here and really making MADREAMDY think, what is he going to have to do in this last 5th pick here? Because this could be a unit that Diligent full-heartedly thinks he needs to ban out.
This last pick is going to be really hard because MADREAMDY has to ban the Leona. He has nothing that can kill it. Oh, and the Sion last pick. There it is. The Water Bomber. Extra life opportunity here. I thought we might see a Nana, but we're going to see a Sion. That is a pretty considerable ban here on Diligent's side.
Definitely. I think Diligent might be banning out that CN just so he doesn't have to deal with it. And he does. Leona's going to get banned out here. MADREAMDY knew the CN was too good in this situation. So CN's gone. Leona's gone. Speed leads for both teams. Can MADREAMDY outspeed Diligent? We'll find out in this round 3 between Diligent and MADREAMDY.
I think if MADREAMDY doesn't take multiple slow debuffs and stuns in the first turn, I think that he'll have a huge advantage. He really needs to see what happens with this Carnal here, but no stuns from the Tian Lang. A lot of damage, though. Is the additional damage coming out there? Oh my goodness, and no crits on the Revenge into the Water Ryu as well.
Yeah, so much additional damage coming from Diligent here. Not looking great for MADREAMDY, but Cardinal's coming in. He is Glance, looking for some stuns and anything with this 3rd skill. He's able to stun up the Pontos, which is pretty big.
Oh, needs to stun the Water Ryu. Gets the Water Ryu stun, takes him down. Verd is going to rotate. There's going to be an opportunity here for MADREAMDY, but Diligent skill 2 could be pretty big on this Woundsaw.
And no additional turns coming out of Diligent. Looking for the reset on top of the Wusa. Does land. Looking for Despair Stun. No Despair Stun coming out here. Does he try to finish off the Verd?
Oh, gets the 2-turn sleep and the extra turn from Carno. Carno will be able to take down the Verd or possibly just go for this Okeanos.
Go for the Okeanos, go for the Pontos. A lot of options here for Diligent. And he is going to be going for the Okeanos. Drops that Oki. Verd's going to be as good as gone soon as well.
And that's pretty much GG. He needed to keep that Oki alive. Diligent with the incredible amount of additional damage on those multi-hits early on. He's got the triple spin from the Water Ryu or the Moor. He's got the triple hit on the skill 2 from the Tian Lang. Even without landing a ton of pushback, attack bar gain, or stuns, he's just able to plow through so much damage.
MADREAMDY needed Despair Stun, didn't receive anything there. A little bit of poke damage coming into Invincibility to do absolutely nothing. Verdial trying to cycle and getting himself out of any situation he can right now. Here comes the Silence, but he doesn't land the Silence on top of the Connell, though.
It's going to be enough. It's just, he needs like huge stuns here or something to really stop the additional damage hits. Because the second that Invincibility goes down on that Verd, he's dead. Tian Lang with the skill 1 stun into Hagang. Now we know it's 100% confirmed to be Despair.
Yep, Despair Stun coming out on the Hagang. Hagang can't do anything here. This is definitely going to be it, though. He does the glancing, but he gets the additional turn anyway. Diligent absolutely buries MADREAMDY in this round 3. There's nothing Pontos can do here.
Even with that quote-unquote lucky proc.
Diligent taking down MADREAMDY in round 3.
Yeah, even with that, some might call it a lucky proc there from Diligent. I don't think it really made that much of a difference, to be honest. Even with the rotation and the extras here from Okeanos, Okeanos has nothing that gives him cooldowns faster, right? All he can really do is rotate out of his invincibility faster and still die to the same amount of damage. So Diligent with the aggressive first turn comps really showing that he knows how to get through it.
Yep, and you know what? The LD's coming in handy that time. Leona and Tian Lang as last picks with Diligent. It does pay off to have unit depth.
Yeah, unit depth indeed. Unit depth, rune depth, artifact depth. He's got it all. Diligent is an incredibly strong player in this tournament, and he's showing up today. He's ready. He wants to become the next SWC World Champions.
Well, Ganymede and Ragdoll, the pre-bans from last time, they are now available going into this round 4. New pre-ban's going to be coming out shortly.
Not sure what MADREAMDY can really take away from Diligent here. I don't think he has the Water Ryu ruined in the same way, but there it is. There's the pre-ban on it. Wanted to see that last match, but I guess we have to see it this time.
Yep, interesting. Pre-ban on the Water Ryu and Okeanos here. MADREAMDY with the first pick. Let's see if he chooses to take something away from Diligent here.
Something kind of cool that we haven't really talked about a lot in the tournaments. Pre-banning Ragdoll in tournaments like this is a lot more effective than people think. Ragdoll is a good unit, he will always be a good unit because of his passive. But when you're playing at this level, when your units are 2 to 3 speed difference, 4 to 5 speed difference, one proc for Ragdoll's attack bar is more than enough to push your entire team over somebody. So seeing the pre-ban for Ragdoll here over the pre-ban for the Water Ryu makes a lot of sense when you're MADREAMDY, because even if you're fast, Diligent is really, really fast too. And when you give him the I hit you, suddenly your whole team moves in front of me, it's not a very safe place to be.
Yep, that is right. Diligent with the first pick. Gianna Nana coming out for Diligent. MADREAMDY looking to adjust now that he's fighting a Gianna first pick with Connell, Pontos, and Ganymede.
I really like MADREAMDY's usage of the Ganny here. I think taking the Ganny away from Diligent is really good because it denies Diligent the opportunity to go like an aggressive turn 2, like Hagang Sav and then a Ganny or something. But at the same time, I worry that Diligent last picking of Volantis here could be very, very scary for MADREAMDY.
Triple Oracle coming out of Diligent. I was not expecting to see a Juno Praha coming out of Diligent.
I like the Praha pick. I think it's something that we don't see as much as we should. Praha is incredibly effective. Her rotations are very good. She can be built on Violent or Despair or even Swift in some cases. And the heal that comes out of her is very underrated. She heals for like 60%, and that's a lot more than most units heal for, right? It's like a second Nana but for your whole team.
Massive heal. Diligent with a Leo coming out to wrap up his draft here. MADREAMDY wrapping up with the Hagang Savannah, and it looks like he's going to making that swap to the Leona. The ban is definitely coming out on top of this Savannah, but no immunity for Diligent here.
Diligent's happy with bringing the triple oracles into this composition here. He knows there's not a ton of damage coming out onto his units outside of the Carnal, so he'll just focus and tunnel it down.
Oh, let's see if that's going to be enough. Can Diligent take it in round 4, or can MADREAMDY get this win? And we move into our first game 5 today. We're about to find out, guys. Lead of skills are getting chosen here. Definitely going to be going with an HP lead and most likely a resistance lead.
Could be
Maybe
a speed lead here. MADREAMDY does have speed lead opportunity with the Pontos. Oh.
Accuracy attack leads coming out here for Diligent and MADREAMDY. Let's go! We've got round 4 between the two of them, and we've got Gianna kicking it off.
Ooh, nice tech though. Pontos non-will is good against the Gianna bomb.
Yeah, most definitely. We're going to see that big skill 2 coming out here, looking for some Despair Stuns, not receiving anything at all.
We go for the skill 2 here, just for the silence into the Nana on the Praha, but goes for the immunity, the pushback from the Ganny, reset into most likely the Praha.
Okay, looking for the reset onto the Gianna, definitely attack bars across everybody except the Nana, of course, and stuns coming out on top of Gianna.
MADREAMDY is going to have to output a lot of damage to get through this Nana. It's not looking very good so far. The healing's going to come up here. 3 debuffs to heal. It's a lot of HP for the Juno.
Definitely going to see a little bit more poke damage coming towards the Gianna. I guess not. Ventilate back onto the Okeanos. I'm sorry, the Connell.
Something I do like to see in this situation, he gets the pushback. Triple pushback is very effective here. Glancing, but could still stun if on Despair.
No additional turns coming out of Diligent as well. There's that big sword range coming in. No stuns from that third skill coming out from Connell.
But the rotations here from Diligent. Diligent does have skill 3 available on his Praha. No proc. Push back into the Juno. Very effective. Very good.
Yep, great pushback on the Juno. Juno's looking to heal itself up here. But Nana needs to get a Despair Stun. Diligent needs a little bit of breathing room so he can heal up his team. Does get the Despair Stun on top of the Connell.
It's not looking good. Praha's got skill 3. Praha's going to put the team to sleep and also get the heal out.
Oh, he greeted. He actually wanted to go for the kill on top of the Juno instead of the attack for pushback on the Praha here.
Yeah, he needed to kill that Juno there. Needed to take the first orb. Just didn't have enough attack bar on any other unit to really follow up the Praha on the pushback. 30% is very good for that Brush Boy, but it's not going to be enough for Hagang in this situation.
Definitely not. Ganymede looking a little bit poke damage coming on to Gianna, applying that glancing, of course.
I think you should go for it. Big defense break opportunity. Any random Despair Stun would be so strong here.
And he does go, and he gets those random Despair Stuns. Pontos, Hagang are down.
Yeah, getting the Despair Stun on the Pontos was absolutely key in this situation. He needed that Pontos to rotate, and it's not going to happen. Pontos had skill 3 available. The reset could come in, though. MADREAMDY does have the opportunity to push it back. No healing on his team, though. Oh, the revenge from Juno into a stun on the Ganny. It's going to give a lot of breathing room here for Diligent. Extra damage is coming out.
Yeah, definitely a lot of breathing room indeed. Holy Ground's going to come out and save his team a little bit here. Big skill, too. Possibly going out onto the Gianna.
Gianna and Juno both have strips, though. Pontos not looking to be the most effective against this Juno. We've said it before in other tournaments, but Juno is one of the scariest units to fight when you're using a Pontos.
That's right. He could ventilate right back onto the Pontos so he gets his immunity invincibility back up, and that's exactly what he's going to be doing here. Can't do any poke damage with the invincibility up here.
Gianna just a
we're definitely going to see
away.
him. Always cycling that second skill to get that third skill up as soon as possible with the Gianna.
Gianna's so fast with that skill on rotation, though. Does manage to move in front. He might go for the big stun here, but doesn't. Wants to chip damage away. Knows there's no healing on MADREAMDY's side, so instead of opting for the chance at stunning into a Pontos cleanse, he's going to go for the damage, the skill one.
Yeah, good attack bar push back there. Holy Grand coming out once again to cleanse his team. Glancing is going to get reapplied on top of the Gianna.
Not good, though. Should go for the strip here. The dots are more valuable than the Gianna stun, actually.
Yeah, definitely should be going for the dots here. Going to get cleansed up by that Hay gang. Going to be cycling more attack bar. I think he's going to be heap doubling in here.
The Hay gang's very effective here with the Pontos, but that still one damage is so good. There's so much free damage available here.
Bomb is landed, but that's not going to matter. Connell's going to be down here. MADREAMDY just does not have enough damage here to handle Nana. That's a second orb.
Yeah, honestly, even without the Nana, I gotta say that Praha is doing a lot of work. That one-turn heal, that heal early on was just so much denied from MADREAMDY's work. Denied his ventilated, denied all of his Cardinal's 4 skills, and it just wasn't enough overall.
Yep, MADREAMDY's going to stay in this match. It's definitely looking extremely grim, and he does concede. Diligent takes it in round 4. He's going to be moving forward today.
Diligent, showing he can do it. Has similar drafts to his other ones throughout the matches, but they are effective. You know, that first pick more is very strong for him. He's got a lot of potential for